Wait, I can't move. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, what the? Why am I in handcuffs? I'm going to work out who took Kazuma's life, and how and why they did it. So I'm sorry, but you're going to have to excuse me. Hiya! She threw me! Excuse me? Let's see what it says. It could be a valuable clue. Hiya! Stop throwing me! She's begging for a good old uppercut. Yeah, kind of. Well, I'll just set everything straight again. I don't like to see a mess. She shouldn't touch that. But okay, I guess. It's messing with evidence. Sir, what are you doing on the desk? Excuse me. Excuse me, do you have a moment? Shh, this is a critical point in my investigation. I failed to see how. And he's gone. And hello. Oh, no. And my controller. I saw greetings. That was about as far as I read from him before it jumped to Susato. I love the design. It's so good. The train of reasoning has run its course. My deductions have crystallized. You have been in Afghanistan, I perceive. Just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry? What? And now, whilst venturing toward foreign climes, you find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Oh, well, that's true at least. But how? The pipe? How the deuce did I know that, perhaps? It was really a most elementary deduction, hardly worth explaining. Have you perhaps managed to deduce anything else? But of course, a great many things. There is no mystery, my dear madam. For example, you have fled your native land of Russia, being as you are a merciless revolutionary. Do I look Russian to you? You leave 16 victims of assassination in your wake, and now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower. What? I thought you were supposed to be the greatest detective. I am none other than the greatest detective of the century, known to men and women the world over. The inimitable Sherlock Holmes. There he is. And there he is, ladies and gentlemen. Sherlock Holmes. Two facts that I deduced from a mere momentary glance at the scene of the crime were as follows. Number 1, the cabin was locked from within, rendering escape of the culprit out of the question. Number 2, the victim was Russian and killed following a dispute with an acquaintance. Why is he not the greatest detective ever? Tell me, what is the nature of the writing? Pray be precise as to detail. Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese. A smattering, dear boy, a smattering. Sayonara, bonsai, mikado, nado nado. I trust you're suitably impressed. I wouldn't have said you had the face of a criminal, you know. Not really. So what, were you looking at my knees before? Some great detective you are. Well, anyway, that was then and this is now. What do you mean? What I mean, sir, is this. If you are the culprit, then you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate. No. And he's laughing again. Now he's just being plain rude. Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm so sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps ask something of you? You? You little third-class ladies' maid? Ouch. Oh. Seem to have caught the sailor on a bad day, Susato-san. I am not sailor. My mother gave me name. I am senior crewman Biff Stroganoff. Really? His name is Stroganoff? Okay. We're out of luck, it seems. There's no one in there to help with our inquiries. How annoying. Except there's screaming! What was that? It came from inside the cabin. Such a high-pitched scream. It must have been a woman. Stand aside. I'm about to break the door down. Mr. Sholmes! I shan't be stopped. When the fit is on me, I revel in kicking doors off their hinges. Please, wait, Mr. Sholmes. The door doesn't appear to be bolted. It doesn't? Then how the deuce can I dispatch this muscular urge? What, pray, can I kick? Oh my gosh, he's ridiculous. Please excuse the intrusion, but you're Mr. Grimesby Roylott, I believe. Yes, that's me. And you are? I'm the one and only, the actual Herlock Sholmes. You've heard of me, no doubt. No. We're not getting anywhere here. I agree. There may be someone else who can help. What is he doing? Perhaps that great detective could get somewhere with Mr. Roylott. I shall explain how it was that I arrived at this pair of conclusions. So do I cordially invite you upon a journey of logical discovery. Let us board the train of reasoning. Put plainly, let us work through my deductions together. Oh, the great deduction. The game is afoot. As you cannot fail to observe, the subject of the article possesses an extremely copious beard. I love the way this is shot. Dear me. We are not well suited to the life of crime, are we? Your careless coup boy, French now. I don't know. A coup d'oeil betrays you. I'm sure there's gonna be somebody who can correct me, but be nice about it. Kidnapping of a young ballerina. Except there's no way that trunk is big enough to fit a person. Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this Russian enigma. Elemensky. I mean, it was very fancy and well put together. It looked great. I loved it. However, I don't believe a word he said. Here we go. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. What exactly was Mr. Roylott really going to use those enormous shears for? Oh, we can, wow. That's some mighty pretty looking hair you got. Present the golden locks. You got some blonde hair growing out underneath all the black hair. Oh my gosh, I love that we put Naruhodo in the place. Yes, because your true identity is that of the Novovich Ballet's prima ballerina, Miss Nikolina Pavlova. Ah! Oh no, the scissors. Stabbed him in the hat. Is the last item listed as forbidden in the vessel's rules of passage. A pet. Look at him. I actually love doing this. Seeing the two of them pull off the great deduction. I love it. It's so well put together. It's a fun mechanic so far. Ah, and one more thing. Oh, yes? What? Observe your wrists. No, did you put the handcuffs back on? My Doggone it! Ah, your hands are cuffed again. What? But how? True to my word, I have restored your shackles. Ugh, when and why? You two are miserable bunglers when it comes to understanding the nature of young ballerina's friends. Isn't it obvious? It must be a chicken. Oh my gosh, where did he get that idea? How? How does he come to that conclusion? Really? Consider the benefits. A rousing wake-up call, daily fresh eggs, and when adversity strikes, could satisfy the needs of sustenance. So you'd eat your friends. I'll remember that. Cause of death, damage to the cervical vertebrae, resulting in instant death. I knew it. Which, if it's instant death, he had no time to write the Russian on the floor. Which means the writing wasn't from him. It would seem this teapot is empty. So the natural conclusion is that the Russians are a very thirsty people. Maybe in more ways than one. Or, because Miss Pavlova only came into this cabin last night, she hasn't had a chance to make any tea yet? I mean, it could be either. It's definitely that they're excessively thirsty. I'd lay 1,000 to 1 on it. Calling out the Russians, Naruhodo. He seems to be stealing a look at something as he sings to himself. Tra-la-la, lira-lira-lay. I did it the great detective way. He's still singing. You think he hasn't noticed us? Or he's simply in extremely high spirits? Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when the yard bit off more than it could chew. And through it all, when there was doubt, it's lucky Herlock was about. Excuse me. I solved it all and I stood tall. I did it the great detective way. Mr. Sholmes! What is it? You want to fight? Honestly, interrupting a fellow when he's singing. I was just about to reach the climactic finish. What is this animation? Oh my gosh. He is not what I expected him to be, but I also kind of like what he's becoming as a character. These are important details. I would stake my life on it. You must log the ship's log in your mental file. Clever. Clever. And everything's been knocked over. Looks like we avoided a collision. I think... Yes. The ship has come to a stop. Oh my goodness, what about you, Naruhodo-san? Are you hurt? No, I'm fine. Oh! Oh, the door's bolted now. How interesting. Isn't there anyone who can help me out of this mess? What on earth? Why is he so weird? What the? What are you doing up there? And wearing the tiara, no less. Mr. Sholmes? Naturally, I was analyzing what a weight of 20,000 rubles feels like on one's head. Have I not told you that as a detective, it is my business to know what other people do not? This isn't mere tomfoolery, my boy. Oh, no, no. Well, why were you hanging from that hook before then? Isn't it obvious? To properly assess the weight of the 20,000 rubles, naturally. I wish to determine if it would bend that conceited-looking hook on the wall, so full of brag and bounce. I never know whether to take this man seriously or not. Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing? There is a distinct element of danger, but fear not, I am ready. What I am about to expose for you all to see will shock you to your cores. Behold! And screaming. What the? Ah! Is snake. Aha! There's a picture of her with a cat. Yes! Just like I said, a cat is her friend. You were looking over at this framed photographic print, weren't you, Miss Pavlova? Well, let's not be distracted by the print itself. Oh no. What? I certainly did not select... It's gonna be touchy with me, isn't it? Oh, dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. It is the frame that is your friend, isn't it? Because it so beautifully displays whatever you put inside it. Naruhodo, that's so stupid. What precisely was your intention with that, Mr. Naruhodo? Just following the natural progression of the deduction. Sometimes the truth hurts. Well, the truth is you do not have a turn for observation or deduction. Did that hurt? Yes, a lot. It's possible that he had a fall and hit the ground awkwardly. It could have been a terrible act of misfortune that he broke his neck completely by accident. Oh yes, a bad fall could explain it. That's a terrible way to go. I don't know, for Kazuma that feels like that's such a lackluster way for him to have died. By falling and hitting his head awkwardly enough to break his neck. That's still a terrible way to go. But my dear burly fellow. A gargantuan venomous snake? Surely you can appreciate the danger you're putting everyone in. No venom. Piroshko does not have venom. He is harmless, very long but very gentle. He is adorable, like Granny. It's venomless? Yes. Now he is hungry, so he is in bad mood. But once I feed him, you will see big smile. How you doing, Sholmes? It refuses to drink milk. It can't hear a whistle. It can't climb up a bell cord, and it's not even venomous. How the deuce did something so inept land a starring role? Is not my fault. I do not make up stories. My Piroshko is nothing to do with this incident. I believe the time has come. For one final logic and reasoning spectacular to expose the truth. Well, I can't wait for him to get so many details wrong, and I have to fix it. What suggests that someone else was there at the scene? Oh! There's an ink stain. He was there last night. Yes! And what, pray, do you imagine I found there, my dear fellow? Did we find hair? Mr. Sholmes, show us, please. Why, of course, my dear madam. Would I keep you in suspense? Yes. Oh, no! That's why she only has one earring. I thought all of the crew was in on her being on the ship, though. Why would she have freaked out if he pulled the cord? Wasn't everyone in on it? But even if he had pulled the bell cord and called for the captain of the ship, aren't you friends with every member of the crew? Thank you for mentioning it. Ha! Oh. Oh. I'm so glad Ryunosuke brought it up. Nobody blames you, Inspector. And I'm free again now, at least. It's freaking Holmes is in here. Not Holmes, Sholmes, excuse me. Surprised, Mr. Naruhodo? What is the meaning of this? Oh, a trifling matter. Simply that in my head, I think I shall always picture you wearing those shackles. Without them, the balance seems all wrong. It's distracting. Sorry? So I decided to restore them, for old time's sake, shall we say. You are a stowaway after all. He thinks this is funny? Yes, as a matter of fact. Ooh. I like this, wherever this is. 18th of February, 9:21 a.m., British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office. This is an office? It's behind the clock face! I mean, I still really like it. This is pleasing to my eyes. Yes, there's much excitement about the upcoming great exhibition we are hosting here in London. Great exhibition? Cultural and technological achievements from around the globe are to be exhibited here in our great city. It will be the greatest spectacle of its kind in history, and will make Paris's World Fair look like a toy shop. Ah, I see the feud with France is still alive. Yes, whoever the man you're to defend is, I imagine he's feeling very alone at this moment. Top of the morning to you, madam. Sir? What are you doing following me here? Tings? Oh no. Tings are fair desperate, are they? Alright. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. Why is he a vampire? Oh no. I can tell I'm gonna like this guy. But he asked if the defense was ready, and I couldn't be further from ready if I tried. Ooh. Ooh. That's not how. Okay. Those eyes please me, Nipponese. It's not. I understand what he's going for, but it's not how you say it. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm sure I need hardly remind you that you 6 members of the public have been selected for your impartiality. Are you ready to proceed? Why does the one man have a knife? How are these things allowed to happen? He should not have that with him. Phoenix Wright Omnibus? Oh, I love it. That's cool. Is that? Yes, counsel. This is the blade that was driven into the victim's belly like a stake through the heart. You would say something like that, you vampire. Oh, you know what? That could be a W. Yeah, maybe an M, but could also be a W. Look at this M. If you turn it upside down, it becomes a W. This could change everything. A W? Yes, this is one of those, turnabout cases. I'm sure of it. I'm afraid I don't know at all. But what I am sure of is that this is an M. Oh, well, that idea was quickly quashed. But I want it to be a W! Oh, where did that suddenly come from? Of course he would have wine on him. Look at the logo on the bottle, too! It's a Grim Reaper with 2 scythes. Pray forgive the discourtesy of filling my hallowed chalice in a court of law. Aha! There it is! Lord Van Zeek's hallowed chalice. How can this be considered acceptable? How can you carrying a sword into court be considered acceptable? Allow the man his wine. He's getting flustered. I might be able to extract some new information from him if I answer him cleverly. Could he have just happened to see the exact moment the crime was committed? Oops! I jumped too quickly! No! No! Go back! Well, it is a little hard to believe, certainly. Unless you spend your time peeping through a skylight on the top of an omnibus, that is. Peeping? I'm a respectable city banker, I'll have you know. And I know what I saw. I remember it as clear as a Ballarat day. It was a grim scene, I don't mind telling you. Thank you, Mr. Fairplay. Oh, excuse me if I was getting a little hot under the collar there, my lord. I would ask you to supplement your testimony with a clear statement about what exactly you saw. Oh, I can do that all right. I'll tell you just how grim it was. I apparently clicked the right thing. I was clicking so fast I didn't think there was going to be an option. But here we are. What are you talking about, counsel? That's the name of the defendant.
Objection!
Allow me to explain. That is such a vampire. I've been saying it. Let me explain in terms that even a student of an artless backwater such as yourself might understand. That's rude, sir. How dare you? Whoever she is, I imagine this young girl will be asked to take the stand and testify now. I really can't imagine what she's going to say, but it could alter the whole direction of the trial. We'll know soon enough, Miss Susato. She sounds like a thief, if you ask me. Especially if she's carrying around smoke grenades. Yep. She's a thief, I tell ya. Miss Lestrade, you will answer the question. Ah! Another smoke bomb. How dare you? What is the meaning of this? And she's gone. She got herself backed into a corner, so she knifed the gent. Go on, that's what's in your heads, ain't it? No, not at all. This is a court of law. We're here to determine the truth, not cast... Could you stop, please? With the smoke. We've won? Are you sure?
Objection!
Yeah, not just yet. What? Excuse me? That's quite a move. If I'm sorry, I can't get over it yet. Oh my gosh, the height at which he reached his foot was amazing. Yes, my lord. The defense believes... Oh boy. Oh boy. I mean, I'm a defense attorney. I should say the defendant is innocent. But I don't like McGilded's attitude. And I can't let this omnibus inconsistency stand. This is not the same omnibus. And I want to know what happened to it. This is actually a really tough call. I don't want it to end like this. Sorry, but I can't let this just go. This has been a really weird trial. And this is Ace Attorney we're talking about. I hereby pronounce the defendant Mr. Magnus McGilded. And it doesn't feel good. But, oh, we even get fireworks. Lovely. I feel so conflicted. It shouldn't have ended this way. Ah, there you are. Hello? Naughty, naughty, running off like that. Is this some kind of picnic? Who's this little girl now? Ha! Oh dear. Oh, do you want to play? You won't beat me. Excuse me, but who are you? Oh, good day to you. I'm, well, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine. The inventor? She's like steampunk Chibiusa. Very much so. And I think it's just the hair. Just as the Reaper of the Bailey had warned, the case was far from over. There was more to it, was there? Is this an end of the chapter or to be continued?
What's going on?
Anime cutscene.
The fire brigade! Water! Bring water, quick!
Well. Hello, Inspector. What is in your hand? What is that? Sir? Did you pulled out food? Could we trouble you? What do you think? Lovely weather, isn't it? What's the weather got to do with anything? Listen to me, you young Japanese upstart. Some frippery about the weather doesn't get every English gent eaten out of your hand, you know. Ugh. But Susato-san told me it was foolproof. I'm a busy man, a very busy man. He's eating, that's fish and chips, isn't it? I thought it was like all French fries. But I'm pretty sure that's, the larger one in the middle is not a chip. It's been 12 long months since I left my hometown, and here I am, in a frightful fix in a foreign land. So hearing the sweet, sentimental tones of a compatriot's voice here in this damp, dark hellhole was a most monumentally moving moment. Who could have guessed that this new client Lord Strongheart assigned to us would turn out to be a fellow Japanese? Very eccentric Japanese man, it seems. Ah, what compassion my fellow countrymen show. To dispatch a first-class lawyer all the way from Japan to defend a mere foreign student. Noble, nurturing, never-failing Nippon. Why does he keep posing like that? Tell me, Sasaki-san, was the victim an acquaintance of yours? Don't be ridiculous. Do you think I know any of these fair-haired English? And a young woman at that. I'm diffident, shy, timid, unsure. I can't talk to people. Could have fooled me. So how did the police ever discover that he was there in the first place? Oh yes, she's right. He probably went back. It was him. That accursed great detective. He led the police to me. Know exactly who he's talking about. Of all the bad luck, accursed great detective? Could it be? I shall never forget that man's name as long as I live. With his haughty laugh and his self-proclaimed greatness. Brash, big-headed busybody begone. May you be cursed until the end of your days, Hairlock Sholmes. Ah, we're still referring to him as Hairlock. I knew it! Going to be making a return. Excellent. Anyway, I brought Ginny back here after that, so she could apologize to my trusty technician. Sorry, your technician? Hurley, of course, silly. Hurley? Yes, Herlock Sholmes. We live here together. I had no idea the great detective had such an interesting young daughter. Daughter? Not likely. What? I wouldn't call him Hurley if he was my father, would I? Well then, what is your relationship with Mr. Sholmes? Well, I expect you found out that lodgings of any kind in London are very expensive. So the solution is to share the cost with a partner, a roommate. Your roommates? And they were roommates. How do you know so much about Mr. Natsume's routine? Oh! I'd understood that neither of the lodgers live on this floor of the house. Is that correct? That's right, yes. They're both below us, on the first floor and street level. Oh, I forgot. There's like ground floor, first floor, second floor, yada, as opposed to, you know, street level would be first floor, then second floor, third, fourth, yada yada. I forgot. I'm in British territory. I haven't spotted Mr. Sholmes anywhere, have you? No, that's true. But according to what Mr. Garadeb told us, great detective should be around here somewhere investigating. Probably behind the books. In the books. Cat. Oh, there is more to the screen. Meow. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Oh, and they're just gonna move away. Speaking of cats. Hello, sir. Come here. I know. You're so sleepy, you just woke up from a nap, didn't you? Come here. Yes. Come here. Oh. Hey, boy. How you doing? How you doing? How was your nap? Did you hear me talking in cat? Had to come over? Ow. There he is. Can you even see his foot? Nope, he's just out of range. There he is, reading one of the books. Ah, here we go. We shan't delay any further. Ah, look, Mr. Naruhodo. Aha, there he is. Where did he appear from? He seems to be engrossed in the pages of an old book. I hope he won't mind if we disturb him. Hello, Mr. Sholmes? Ah, you two. Good day. Now, let me see. Where was it that we met? Oh, Mr. Sholmes, we were together on the SS Burya. Yes, of course, the Burya. And let me see. What happened on that voyage? It was Kazuma Asugi. Died, tragically. But you were a great help to us. Ah, yes, but of course, the case of Mr. Asugi. It was the one with the snake, wasn't it? Oh. Well, you seem to remember something of it, at least. What an honor to be remembered vaguely by the great Herlock Sholmes. This is Mr. Oh, no, my dear madam, hold your tongue. I pride myself on superior powers of recollection. Your names are safely recorded in my brain attic. His brain attic. Oh my gosh. Doesn't quite sound as nice as Mind Palace, but I'll take it. Miss Naruhodo. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's got it backwards. And Mr. Susato. Try the other way around, Mr. Sholmes. I lose the first round. Oops. Ah, boy. Well, I guess we're not going to talk to him anymore. According to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Garadeb is hiding something. Since no other avenues of investigation seem open to us at the moment, perhaps we should do some digging. I see you in the window. I see you, Sholmes. What are you doing? What's he doing over there? Mr. Sholmes? Aha! We meet again, my dear fellows. Yeah, let's go to the prison real quick. I think we're really close to wrapping up the next part, maybe. I said the prison. Didn't I click on prison? What are we doing here? It's time, Mr. Naruhodo. We must hurry back to the prison. Yes, I know. Let's hail a car... Oh. What's the matter? It looks like something's going on over there in front of the Garadeb's house. Whoa. Okay. I know thee not, old man. Fall to thy prayers. Oh my gosh, is this Shakespeare in the Park? Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe this really is just a really fancy man. Who are you calling an old man, you rum-looking niminy-piminy? If I can be of any assistance, I'd be happy to help. I'm from Japan, but I have studied English law. Psst. Fine, I'll be on my way for today. But you mark my words. This ain't over yet. Why is he posing? Get thee to a nunnery. Do I look like a bloomin' nun to you? What is going on? What is happening? Who are these people? But what about the photographic print? It only shows 3 books. Right. Only 3 can be seen. That print. That print? You mean to say... Allow me to present another. One that shows the victim's hand. The Lion's Pride. Wait a minute! Wait a minute! There's a corner missing on that book. And it looks like it's been burned away. Not to mention it's called The Lion's Pride. This feels like the... in the original games, when Edgeworth would bring in the updated autopsy report. This is exactly what that feels like. Like, ho, you're using old information, old, expired evidence. It's nothing to do with this beastly case, not any of it. All you've done is sully our family's name. No, I assure you that was never my intention. Dragging an upstanding citizen's name through the mud simply to divert attention from your failing defense. Ah! She took a swipe and the guy leaned out of the way. In truth, my lord, I feel these have been unnecessarily protracted proceedings. But then, one must always exercise patience in order to savor the best vintage. No, wait! The mystery of the 4th book still hasn't been... Sir, please put your leg down. If books are your predilection, my learned friend, study them on your own time. What? No forgive the discourtesy this time? I'm telling you, they would have opened the window to get the smoke out of the house. The smoke! The smoke! Why does nobody think they would have opened the window to get rid of the smoke? Oh, that's really bothering me. I hope it gets brought up. What a fiasco it was. The grandchildren, bless them, threw water over me as they tried to put out the flames. And then because the whole room had filled up with smoke, of course, we had to open all the windows to clear it. That's what I was trying to say. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is this. When women lose their rage, they'll throw anything at you. Knives, hatchets, hammers, you name it. Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't think that all women are so short-tempered and unrefined, says the woman who has thrown me over her shoulder like... multiple times. I was all flustered for a moment before I heard a voice calling me from the other side of the road. Your husband, presumably? That's right. Silly me. I'd gone over to the wrong side of the street. Although, I'm going to blame the bouquet this time. I can't think how it got there. I really can't. I bet I know what happened. Oh, I bet you I know what happened. I bet it did happen on Rolly's beat. And he sent his wife to call from a police box on a different beat so he could move the body into that beat so he wouldn't have to take care of it. That's my theory. And I'm sticking with it right now. Okay, what do I present here? Boy. Probably the bouquet. She dropped it in front of the Garadeb's house. She went back to pick it up. I'm gonna try. The music cut out. Oh, that's always such a good feeling. That is such a good feeling. You know you've got the right objection when the music goes away. It's always such a good feeling when I'm taking a guess and it turns out to be right. Because I know what I want to say, I just don't know what the game wants me to say. Just that the barrage of projectiles the old thing launched in my direction was somewhat more solid than she implies. Books, bricks, and the fire poker, I seem to recall. Ouch. Good grief. And the woman's aim is uncanny. She landed a direct hit and... Good grief, woman. We're not at home now. This is a court of law. And why would you pour tea in his pipe? You've absolutely ruined it now. Whatever was in there, he can't smoke anymore. Plenty of knives around our place. Can't say I'd notice if one or two went missing, I'm afraid. If you don't mind, I'd like to examine the pipe real quick. What's in there? It's the tip of the blade! Oh no. Oh no, it is definitely their knife. In short, this knife, which fell from the window of the Garadeb's house, is the very same knife that struck the victim in the middle of the back on the street below. Oh gosh, oh dear, oh no!
Objection!
Oh, he has his wine back. A full-bodied theory. Haha, I get it. I'll give you that. A complex bouquet of seemingly trivial points, plausibly arranged to create an almost passable vintage. Allow me to toast my learned friend's characteristically Nipponese approach to bottling his argument. Can we stop with the wine puns? Sorry? But after all, it is just a theory. The bottle, I fear, is corked. Because you see... Stop it! Put your leg down! Ah, there you are, my dear fellows. Hello, Sholmes. I apologize for keeping you waiting. I rose late this morning. Oh, Mr. Sholmes, what a pleasure to see you. I say I am here not a moment too soon. A disaster has been averted, I'm glad to say. Oh! The trial shall begin presently, Mr. Naruhodo. I wish you the very best of luck. Sholmes? I hate to tell you. You missed the whole thing. It's just finished. What? No. Then my haste was in vain? Ah, it's you! Hairlock Sholmes. Oh, have we met, sir? This is Mr. Natsume, the man you had arrested, Mr. Sholmes. Ah, I see. I failed to recognize you at first. Our previous encounters have taken place in the gloom. Either of your bleak lodgings or that prison cell. I simply couldn't place that curious face in the light. Charming. So, my dear fellows, do you like the place? Oh, no. Oh, no. I kind of like this look better. Oh no, I think he looks better without the hat on. I wasn't prepared for casual Herlock Sholmes. Until I discovered the dark truth about the city of London, that is. Sorry? London is a glorious place, full of wonder, opportunity, prosperity, and mirth. The brightest of lights cast the darkest of shadows. Yes! I could finish it before he said it. Good morning, Iris. I can hear the violin. I shouldn't be surprised at all, really. I'm terribly sorry to have to tell you this, Mr. Sholmes, but that instrument isn't a violin at all. Then what? I believe it's an entirely different instrument called a viola. Whoa, 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 what? That animation was really funny. He's only done it once before, I think. Naturally, you will recall this, which I retrieved from you some days ago. Yes. This second-rate fiddle is not my faithful instrument, Mr. Windibank. The color of the wood is different. It has holes in it. It's not even the same size. A wonderful summary of our observations, Mr. Sholmes. I'm so very sorry, sir. How utterly unforgivable of me. An inexcusable mistake for a pawnbroker. There's only one way to make amends. Oh, he ran away. Now, there's no need for such drastic measures. Please put the gun down. However, there can be no doubt that the blame lies firmly at my own door for allowing you to leave. So I shall not grumble or grouse any longer. May this guilt die with me. No, no, no! Stop, my dear fellow! The fault is mine. I will never get over that animation. Out of my way, please. Who's this picture postcard English gentleman? Excuse me, but who are you? Please, 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 please. One would expect the inquirer to introduce himself first. Though clearly you are not British, so perhaps our ways are foreign to you. Oh, sorry. Yes, we're from the Empire of Japan. We're studying here. Oh yes, Japan. I've heard talk of the place. I'm sorry, what was that? Oh boy. Its inhabitants live on some fiery brown-colored soup dressed up with exotic spices. You might be thinking of somewhere else. And what was that theatrical gesticulation about? Oh boy. My name is Benedict. Yes, Eggert Benedict. Enchant. So refined in how he holds himself and how he speaks, but that name is suspicious. I see. Susato actually gives clues on where you're supposed to go. Based on where your cursor is hovering. So I guess we'll head over to Holmes. I keep doing it! I want to say Sherlock Holmes! By the way, Iris, what's Mr. Sholmes up to? Sitting at his desk. Hurley? Oh, he's been like that ever since he got back. Hello? Mr. Sholmes? I beg that you won't speak to me. Sorry? I don't know who you are, but kindly take your leave. As you can see, I'm not here. What? I don't know how to respond to that. I do apologize. When he gets like this, he's completely oblivious to everything. Yeah, he's absorbed in work. And he's back. Ah, my dear fellows, how good to see you. Mr. Sholmes! Why ever did you not make your presence known to me before? If those anime faceplants were ever real, could physically be done, believe me, I'd be on the ground right now. Ah, I see. You've already captured the pair of thugs who broke in here last night, have you? What the? And you're going to put them on the stand as witnesses, are you? How? How could you? How? How could you possibly know that? I had a feeling, that's all. Remind me never to try to keep a secret from Iris. So you've arrested the two men who shot Mr. Holmes, have you? I said Holmes again! Dang it! I'm sorry, Mr. Sholmes. Oh, man. And you say the storeroom had been locked from the inside, Inspector? Correct. All of which leaves her ladyship's friend in something of a sticky situation, I'm afraid. Obviously, my personal opinion is that it's all some sort of misunderstanding. Of course it is. Ryunosuke, stop reading my mind! Hold a moment. There we go. Oh. Hi, boy. How you doing? It's a good boy. Would you like to leave the room? Been closed in here for a while. Sleeping. Yeah? Say hi? Say hi to chat? Say hello. A lot of purring. This old man.
Hold it!
What are you talking about? What exactly have you been muttering about all this time, sir? You keep talking about having left something somewhere or something like that. Ah, so sorry. As you can probably tell, I'm a surgeon. Please tell me, are you the one who worked on Sholmes? Surgeon? That totally passed me by. Of course, people conducting surgery in this country aren't considered to be doctors. Oh no. Even though me and my kind are at the forefront of medical science, the real brains in the field. So, what is it that you think you've left behind? Ah, well, that's a little embarrassing, to be honest. You see, I was operating on someone yesterday. Standard thing, went in through the abdomen. I'm having this terrible thought suddenly. I don't think Sholmes was shot. And there are a couple reasons I think. There's quite a few reasons I think that. So number one, we have this juror's testimony. He's a doctor. He's a surgeon. Was operating on somebody yesterday. Standard thing, went in through the abdomen. Allegedly, Sholmes was operated on yesterday because of a bullet wound to his abdomen. However, we have the bullet in the calendar that would have been fired by a gun that has evidence of being shot only once. And if Sholmes had been shot by a different bullet, then the gun should have been fired twice. Except neither gun has evidence of that. And then, my other thought is, during that video, the anime cutscene where we see Sholmes get shot, there is a distinct lack of blood on his clothes. There was also a distinct lack of blood on the floor in the shop where he was. I don't think Sholmes was really shot. He was playing it up. They did say he was kind of a baby about this kind of stuff. I don't think he was really shot. Plus, we saw him up and about last night. Let's see if by crossing my eyes I can make the quill pens from each picture overlap in the middle. Almost do it. I have to get, like, really close if I'm going to do this. This is bothersome. And even then, I'm still kind of, like, too far away. It's too small. Oh? I've almost got it, but again, it's kind of still too far away. It doesn't work. I mean, it probably does work, but you're probably not supposed to, like, actually look at it and cross your eyes at it. Sure, that was very entertaining for the rest of you, though. Mr. Winterbank was known to keep a revolver on his shop counter at all times. People say that to protect the articles in his keeping, he'd readily put a bullet in someone's head if required. And more like he'd put a bullet in his head. That someone being himself, of course! Get out of my head! This game just knows me so well. It's almost as if I wrote it. Mr. Nash Skulkin, answer the question, please. What went through your mind when Mr. Graydon just spoke? Nothing. Honest, Gov, nothing. I was just thinking... If he waves his arm around like that much more, it'll open up the wound again, that's all. Oh. Oh, really? What wound? Where he took the bullet, of course. It was only 2 days ago. It ain't gonna be healed up yet. Oh, really? Just admit, wow. I can't believe what an idiot he is. I mean, this is great for my case, but I can't believe what an idiot he is. That he's just letting it all out. Was the disc you saw this disc? Yeah, I reckon it probably was. It was right next to the cove lying on the floor. Could this disc have belonged to the victim, perhaps? I don't know, but McGilded picked it up pretty smartish. Can I just look over? They are whispering to each other. Excuse me, gentlemen? Do I pursue them? They are whispering to each other. Maybe not right now. Maybe not yet. But I feel like I gotta be like, excuse me, gentlemen. Would you both turn around and pay attention, please? Oh, and another thing. What's that? Yeah! What are these two doing? Take a look at those two. Isn't it strange that they've been whispering to each other the entire time? Yes, that is strange. Looks like they're having a secret discussion about something. Not sure if I'm completely comfortable with that. I wonder if there's anything I can do about it. We can pursue them. Gina will say her thing. Excuse me, gentlemen. Would you please turn around? Is there something you'd like to share with the court, Inspector Gregson and Mr. Graydon? Inspector! Mr. Graydon! Blimey, you trying to give me a heart attack? You've been whispering to each other for quite some time now. Tell us, what is the discussion about? Discussion? With this fella? Pull the other one, Sunshine. You think I've got anything to talk about with a shady gent like this? Yes. I have nothing to say to this uncouth detective after he deprived me of that disc that was rightfully mine. But they've clearly been talking the entire time I've been cross-examining Gina. It's as if they've been negotiating. So this is the article in question, is it? A small box deposited with the pawnbroker by Mr. McGilded 2 months ago. And on the night of Mr. Windibank's murder, the only item on the shelves that was touched by whoever broke into the shop. Quick, quick! Let's open it and see what's inside. Well, gee, how about that? It's a music box! Who could have ever suspected? It's Morse code. What on earth? It's a secret message. This really is priceless. After all that, the music box is broken. Broken? It can't be, can it? Well, obviously. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the officer sent to fetch it didn't drop it on the way back to the courtroom. Well, with much regret. It's not broken! No! Nobody knows what Morse code is! No! I feel the court must accept that this music box offers little in the way of clues. Van Zeeks, please! Help me out just once! Are you ready to move on, Counsel? Come on! Yes, alright, it does sound as though it's completely broken, but is it? Could this music emanating from the music box possibly be a new clue? It's a clue! Please! Somebody has to be smart in this courtroom! Now correct me if I'm wrong, but when it comes to leaking telegrams from government departments, there could be nobody more perfectly placed than a highly skilled communications officer. Are you suggesting that the music box disc contains stolen government secrets and Morse code? Exactly. That is exactly what I'm suggesting here. And where did the Milverton part come from? Oh, right. I thought a clever I thought... It's his real name. I don't need to speak with a weird, whatever accent that is. It's your real last name. Victim found deceased on the last... Ha! Ha! Oh! Oh! Susato, you've saved me! This makes me a key witness in this case, and I have my hands firmly around the neck of your client. What? Are you suggesting? I saw it all. I saw the very moment that pickpocket girl pointed the gun at the door, at that poor, defenseless pawnbroker, and shot him. Except you are such a filthy liar. You what? Because if that was true, sir, you would have said something from the beginning and avoided all of this. All of this. The accused, in a black coat, shot the man in the back as he was trying to flee to safety. I saw the blood splatter all over that wretched girl. Then she tossed the gun out of the peephole, so I picked it up and made my escape. Wow, are you such a liar? Wow! Wow. Wow. Good gracious. This is quite extraordinary testimony. Does the game think I've forgotten everything at this point? So you see, my hand has been forced. I tell the truth now as an act of self-preservation. Except it's not the truth! It's not the truth! God should strike you dead, for as much as you've been swearing to him. The truth? Until now, the prosecution was completely unaware of these details. Yes, well, I'm sorry about that. That's what you were whispering about, wasn't it? Those two. I don't believe it. After I've come so far. How is it all unraveling on me so fast? Sholmes. How very distressing to be held in such low esteem. I don't believe it. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo? Please tell me this is Sholmes in disguise. Officer? You've delivered the report now. That will be all, thank you. It occurs to me with some regularity, Mr. Naruhodo, that scientific truths are determined not by science, but by none other than the human mind. I know that voice. It really is, isn't it? Am I going mad? Ah! I freaking love him! Mr. Sholmes! What is the meaning of this? Oh my gosh, I've never noticed his leg be like that before. That's amazing. I have something of great importance I wish to give to the young lawyer over there. I need no more than 5 minutes. Would you be so kind as to spare us the time? What say you to this, Lord Van Zeeks? This trial has taken many hours of the court's time, having spent so long already. Exactly! Haven't spent so long already, we don't want to go wasting any more precious time. As I was saying, having spent so long already, it would seem churlish to deny the defense a mere 5 minutes. Take that, Gregson. Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, it's high time I fell in a dead faint. No! I leave this in your capable hands. Graceful indeed, sir. Mr. Sholmes! Somebody get the man back to a hospital bed. I'm fairly sure that I know who has that disc at the moment. There's only one person it can be. Counsel, of whom do you request this search now? It's on the judge. I can't pick the judge. We're just gonna have to start trial and erroring this, I think.
Take that!
It went freaking quiet. I can't believe it. Oh my gosh. I hate this game sometimes. I hate these games. They make me so stressed. But the answers are usually pretty obvious. Pardon the interruption. You sneak. But what the deuce does a man have to do to be noticed around here, my dear fellow? That voice! It's too late for that voice now, Mr. Naruhodo. I've been standing here patiently in the corner of the room for an eternity. Ah, yes, it was me all along, I would have said when finally you noticed me. But you people with your incessant babbling. Mr. Sholmes? Ah, yes, it was me all along. You see? Oh my gosh, I love him. He's such a lovable goof. Ah, well, that bullet did cause me to lose a substantial amount of blood, it's true. So I have indeed been feeling somewhat cold. Not perhaps as cold as ice, but, well, have a feel. What? Could you take your hands off my neck, please, Mr. Schultz? Still, it has got me thinking all this. Maybe I should start looking for another line of work. Perhaps police work, Miss Lestrade? A happy ending. Oh, we're not done. Ah, yes, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, Mr. Sholmes? I have some rather awkward news. The railway company has decided to sue over the special express train, apparently. Huh? It caused such a commotion on the line, all the other trains had to wait at stations. But really, we would never have made it to Dover in time otherwise. Anyway, I explained everything and how it was all your fault. Sholmes! Huh? Huh? I believe a formal complaint should be delivered to your office tomorrow. But not to worry, my dear fellow. According to Miss Susato, you love defending yourself in court. Huh? 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 I'm waiting for the big objection to come at the end. It's all right. I'm perfectly happy to testify. He really didn't look like the sort of man who'd do something so outrageous. See? Mr. Sholmes? Yes? A word, if you don't mind. Why, certainly, any word you like. Bellow it out, my dear fellow. Objection! Oh yes, I love Runo's words, and I know just the one he'll use here. Then, I really must say,
Objection!
it's how they always end.